You want to tweet us out?
Yeah.
We're live for week 5. Looks like we're live.
All right. Little laggy my way.
Looks like we're live.
Good. All right.
All right. Week 5 NFL. We're coming at you. You want to kick us off with our first? What are we talking about this week?
Um. Yeah. So we'll start off with any fantasy football talk,
Yeah.
and then some, and then we'll do the review. I got a review S for us, so we'll do that.
All right. Yeah. So I put in for a few guys. Randomly, OBJ was on the waiver wire for me. I picked him up. What are your thoughts on that? Like, good pickup and like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
yeah. McLaughlin from um the Broncos. I mean, Steve picked him up. I like him.
Yeah, I'm not sure about him either. I don't. I just don't know. Or for Odell, he's like hurt half the time. He's been hurt every week.
Yeah, he is.
I have him on one of my teams. He just sits the bench. I almost dropped him this week, actually. I'm like giving him one more week. If he doesn't play, I'm probably dropping him. Full transparency. Transparency. Transparency.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Getting it set up here. How should we do the team review when we do that?
Um, what's the team?
Second. So the team is we got C.J. Stroud at quarterback,
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, Scary Terry, Romeo Dobbs, Zach Ertz at tight end, Puka Nakua in the flex. Wow. Lions D and kicker is Jake Elliott. Now we go down to the bench here. We got Jalen Waddle sitting the bench. Jameer Gibbs sitting the bench. This guy needs to make a couple changes, I've already noticed. Michael Pittman sitting the bench. Kenneth Gainwell, bench. Matthew Stafford, Chiefs D, and he's getting Jamison Williams back because that suspension, he denote, um, moving from 5 games to 4 games. So he will be back this week. Does not have to sit out week 5.
So,
Should I
what's the
run
team's
through it one
record?
more time or
Yeah,
no?
run through it.
So we got C.J. Stroud at quarterback, Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, Terry McLaurin, Romeo Dobbs, Zach Ertz, Puka Nakua, Lions defense, Jake Elliott kicking, and then the bench, Jalen Waddle, Jameer Gibbs, Michael Pittman Jr., Kenneth Gainwell, Matthew Stafford, Chiefs D, and Jamison Williams coming back. I don't know what the team's Giants' record is? It doesn't say.
Yeah, I don't think this team is really good at all.
Yeah, I think that's rightfully so. 1-3, not bad.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable for this team.
I mean, that's what I was thinking when I read the team. I mean,
I will say I low key like his bench better than
yeah,
I
I
do
mean, you
his
got to get
starters
Waddle in the
almost.
starters. I mean, that's just obvious,
Right. I mean, Waddle, you slide him up there for Dobbs.
right?
Then you have him sitting next to Terry McLaurin, and then you have Nakua in your flex.
Yep.
Ooh, let's talk about Nakua for a minute. How will he be with um Cooper Cup coming back this week?
I mean, he's
What's gonna happen to Puka Nakua's production?
nothing whatsoever.
Because
You,
right now,
I
I
mean,
believe he's leading the league in receiving yards.
you might see it go down a tiny bit, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna go down a lot at all. I mean, him and Stafford just clearly have that chemistry, and it looks like that Puka Nakua is the only one that Stafford trusts on that team. We know he has the trust with Cooper Cup coming back, so Cooper Cup's gonna get his touches, but I expect, that third down play, I expect it to go to Puka Nakua. I mean, they just developed that trust. He's been very good for that team. He doesn't really drop balls. I don't think his production goes down whatsoever. Maybe two receptions that goes down by a game. Not a lot.
All right, that's fair. I mean, um, other than the fact that he's second to none to Justin Jefferson only. He's got 501 yards. Jefferson has 543, and everyone else is behind him at the 400s. Jefferson had got the receiving title last year, so makes sense. But Puka's, I mean, he's kind of wowed me. Guy from BYU coming in, 501 yards. The touchdowns aren't there. He only has one, but good thing he's not only touchdown dependent for fantasy. You can expect him to get 10, 12 targets a game, 7, 8 receptions or more a game. So you're good there if you have him. If he's your flex option, that's a good sign. But with this team in particular, you could have him as your number one receiver over Scary Terry, no doubt about it. So it's not say too much. But with this team, I would go Nakua, your wide receiver one, wide receiver two, Jalen Waddle. I would get him in there, get out Romeo Dobbs, and I would probably flex Jahmyr Gibbs. I would flex Jahmyr Gibbs, yes. Jamison Williams, I would sit on the bench for maybe 1 to 2 weeks. Obviously, if he goes off this week, you start him next week. If he does okay, kind of on a snap count, which he shouldn't be since he got in trouble for betting, he's not injured or anything. Shouldn't be on a snap count, but I would wait, take a cautious approach, see how he does, and then maybe start him next week.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like this team at all, really. I mean, it's not.
The running backs are good. McCaffrey and Connor are both very good.
Yeah.
The QB is very good. CJ Stroud. I like the receivers, Nakua and McLaurin. I don't love Dobbs this year, but I could also see why they're 1-3. I'm guessing there's a lot better teams out there as well. I saw this whole league, so I don't. I mean, if I had to rate this team, I want to say C, but I would probably go. I guess I'll give him a B minus, just because he's got star power at running back and Stroud's look better than expected. He's got Gibbs on the bench, which is interesting, but he hasn't really went off. I would give this team a B minus. I can see why they're 1-3 though. I
Yeah.
bet there's a lot of better teams out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the team a C plus.
And yeah, that's fair.
I don't think it's super well rounded. I mean, they're 1-3 for a reason. Man, we got a lot of fans asking for us right now. But I'm just really excited for this week 5 slate. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm fired up. I can't wait to get into it. Think we should move on past this fantasy stuff right now. We don't got it on screen.
Yeah, I
It's a
just
little
wanna
hard to
say,
follow.
Puka Nakua. I do expect his production to go down a little bit, but nothing too crazy, like you said. I think he'll go down 2-3 receptions, 2-3 targets. I want to say Cup maybe 10 targets a game. Nakua more 6 to 8. And Tutu Atwell, I think production will go down. He's the third receiver there now, but I do think he can still give you 4 to 6 receptions on maybe 6, 7 targets, maybe on the high end. I believe in Tutu. That's what I'll say. But Puka should still be getting targets, touches, second in the league in receiving yards. We'll see how that pans out. But let's move on.
Yeah.
Um,
Our week 4 recap.
yeah,
I got like 3 games that I think that are worth talking about. The Bills Dolphins. Bills winning that 48-20. The Texans Pittsburgh. Texans wins that 30-6. Then we have Cincinnati Tennessee 27-3. And those are about the 3 games that I would like to talk about. 3 biggest statement games. Um, let's kick it off non-biased here, talking about the Bills Dolphins. We were in attendance for that game, boots on the ground. Great environment there in Orchard Park. Fans were going wild, and just a miraculous performance by the Bills and Josh Allen. Didn't expect anything less. I like that we downgraded Miami a little bit. They were on a little bit of a high horse, beating on nonchalant teams. And they met a real football team. They got beat up. It's that simple for me.
yeah. I mean, shout out Diggs. 3 touchdowns, however many catches, targets, receptions, yards. It was a lot. I don't know what it was. 3 touchdowns though. You're not gonna see a better performance than that out of anybody. I don't care who you are. If you're Puka Nakua, I don't care if you're Devonte Adams. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna see a better performance in that week than what Stephon Diggs put up. And how about that move he put on 2 guys? They were tackling him around his ankles. He spun out of it. I mean, I looked away and I looked back and he's streaking down the field. I'm like, what happened? And then all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I think there was a flag, but it was on the Dolphins. And yeah, I mean, just an electric performance out of him. Shout out Diggs. I mean, wow. Bills are just back on top. Took out a lot of people's number 1 team in the Dolphins. Humbled them back to life after that 70-point game. They played a real football team, not the Denver Broncos who should be in the XFL or the CFL. And we almost put up damn near 70. 3 scores away, but 48, 35 in the first half or whatever it was. Come on. Buffalo's got to be sitting around the best team right now or top 2. Absolutely. I think we put the league on blast this week, and it's time we start talking about them a lot more now.
Yeah, I'm completely not biased at all. They are the best team in the league. I mean, they just beat what everyone thought was the best team in the league, or if not, top 3 team in the league. We're not going to say Miami did not play well. They got beat up. I'm not going to sit here and downgrade them like they are a bad team. They were top 3 in the league coming in after this week, and they got whooped on. I'm going to leave it at that. I want to transition a little bit into the next game that really surprised me was the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, question. Are the Steelers that bad, or is Houston putting the league on notice a little bit, or is it a little bit of both?
I think it's a lot more of Houston putting the league on notice. I think it's definitely both, though. I will say the Steelers are also looking bad. One week they show up, and when they show up, they don't really they squeak out a victory. They don't really pound on a team ever. They're gonna win. They squeak out a big victory. That'll be contrary to what I think this week about them, though. That's the team I like to ride. We'll get into that later. But yeah, I think it's more of Houston's the real deal. This team is good. We'll talk a little bit more about them in a little bit. They're good. Watch out for them. Stroud looks good. And got a little future coming up that we'll get into very soon.
Yeah, I mean, Stroud is just playing incredible. I mean,
Yeah, one more thing.
he's
Shout out their wide receivers too. Nico Collins is a beast. They got a good balance of receivers. Tank Dell, the rookie, is showing out. Robert Woods, his production went down the last couple weeks, but even Robert Woods is in that offense. It's not awful. I mean, Stroud is just slinging it around, getting everyone involved. The rushing attack is okay with Pierce. I expect it to be a little better, but this team is legit, and the defense doesn't look as bad as expected either. I'd like to see rookie Will Anderson Jr. get going from Bama. What did they waste a? What did they use? They used a top 5 pick on him, right? They had 2 picks in the first. So I mean, I see why they're doing good.
yeah.
Top 5 picks in the first round, can't complain.
And C.J. Stroud though, he is currently 4th in passing yards right now, so he's airing out the ball, throwing it completed 151 times. Or I meant thrown it 151 times. That is not first in the league. And he's fourth in passing yards, and he has 6 TDs, which isn't great, but 0 interceptions. He does not turn the ball over. You don't turn the ball over, you win football games. Simple as that. And let me just talk about the Steelers, who suck. And to be honest, I don't know who's worse. Like Desmond Ritter, Daniel Jones, or Kenny Pickett. I don't know. I don't know who's worse. They're god awful. Those three
You
QBs
say Daniel Jones, but that's recency bias. I'm
suck.
probably going Ritter there for sure.
But the
I don't like
Steelers, in
Ritter.
my opinion, they suck. Tank for CJ Stroud, or I'm at tank for Caleb Williams. Your guys' season is done. You're horrible.
Well, you're giving up on
Yes, they're in my dumpster. They're
Pickett.
trash. Yes, I'm giving up on the Steelers and Pickett. They are dog. They are.
At least
They
gotta let him
suck.
finish out the year though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him figure. Yes, but he still stinks. I don't. He stinks. So, those are my thoughts.
Okay. You want to get into top 10 quarterbacks as requested?
Yes.
You have your list ready? I don't know. I don't have my list ready yet
Yes,
either, but
I'll go. So my top 10 QBs.
alright, I'll work on
Oh, are we? This is in order.
that. Yes. Doesn't have to be, but
I say we go like
I-
top like 7. I think 10's a little much.
well, I think Mike requested 10, I think, because I think you have Lamar Jackson.
Okay. We did get in a debate about this.
Top 10.
Okay, my top 10. 1, I think it's clear and obvious. Patrick Mahomes. He's best QB in the league. Stats don't show yet this year, but he is the best QB in the league. 1. 2, Josh Allen. Clearly, this. I mean, I don't have to speak much on that. I'm just gonna try to rattle them off. So I got Mahomes, Josh Allen. 3, I got Jalen Hurts. 4, I got Tua Tagovailoa, however you say his name. 5, I have Jared Goff. 6, I have Jalen Hurts. 7, I have Lamar Jackson. 8, I have CJ Stroud. 9, I have Kirk Cousins. And 10, I have Justin Herbert. That is my top 10.
Okay, that's fair. My top 10, I had a list coming into the season, which is looking a little rough, so I'm gonna have to change it up a bit. I had Joe Burrow in there at 2, which he's on a hobbled calf and can't play football, and I had Rodgers in there who went down in week 1 with a ruptured Achilles. So those two are out. For me, it's Mahomes at 1. Obviously, he's the king right now. I gotta go Josh Allen at 2. I gotta go Tua Tagovailoa at 3. I had him at 8 previously. He's at 3 now. I gotta go. Jalen Hurts probably 4. And I probably gotta say Lamar 5. Lamar 5. The rest of these aren't really too ranked, but we'll go. Justin Herbert 6. We'll go.
Look, the rest of these QBs aren't really that good, but if I had to
Yeah.
rank them,
Right.
here's where they're gonna go.
I don't want to put in Zach.
Stroud has got to be in there.
Stroud, yeah. I'll go Stroud at 7, the way he's playing right now. I'll go Geno Smith 8. I like Geno Smith. And who else, Eladio? Give me 2.
Caleb Williams and
No.
Shador Sanders.
Stafford's not playing bad, right?
No, Kirk Cousins got to be in there.
Yeah, he's 0. 1 and 3. I don't know.
Third in passing yards, 11 TDs, 4 interceptions, lead the leagues in touchdown right now.
Fine. Kirk Cousins and then
Trevor Lawrence,
no, not Dak Prescott either.
Geno
I mean,
Smith.
Dak's not playing bad. I already have him in there. I guess we'll go Dak for now. I'll have to brush up that list from 6 to 10.
Jared Goff.
Golf could be in there. I mean, golf. Come on, top. Right now he could be. Maybe AR even. I like the
Oh
rookies how they're
yes, they
playing.
are.
I'll go AR right
It's a
now
good one.
at 10.
That is a
I'll
good
go
one.
AR at 10. I typically don't have rookies in my list at all. I have them. I have two of the out of the 10 that are rookies in my list, which is surprising. So see if they can keep it up forward. But yeah, it's my top 10 for now.
Nice. We want to jump right into games.
No, I want to take a look at the prize picks board maybe. See what
Yes.
you're.
Throw up your season longs right now. You should be able to do that on your computer now.
Yeah, I got them ready. Share my screen. Hopefully it doesn't screw up again. But they are. So we got Isaiah Pacheco for the season, more than 5.5 rush TDs. He's got two right now.
It's
Had
not
one
looking
last night.
great.
I think that one's okay.
Oh, it's got two right now, not updated.
Yeah.
Okay. So not bad then. Not bad.
Thielen, I have less than 4.5 receiving TDs. He's at two already. That one's not looking great, I'll be honest. But the thing is, I want to hear your thoughts too on these entries. But thing is, if Thielen, I saw they were looking to sign a veteran receiver, a number one guy. So if they sign him, Thielen's production will go down.
Well, and he's
So
got Bryce Young throwing to him who sucks.
yeah,
So I mean,
I'm surprised he has two right now.
yeah.
But Miles Sanders, that's looking pretty good. Hasn't had much. 925.5. He hasn't had much. Devontae Smith at 206, I have him less than 1,025 receiving yards. What do you think, Claudio? Smith?
Um. Yeah, that's not looking bad through 4 games at all.
Yeah.
You're close though. I mean, he's on pace for around 800 and some change, so that's looking okay.
And Howell just had like 300, which isn't updated. He's at like 900 already.
Yeah, that's looking great.
Over 3,075 pass yards. I looked it up today, the other day. He's projected 4,000, so
Yep.
I'm gonna say that one hits for sure.
Yep.
Dallas Goedert, as long as he stays healthy and starts. Here's an interesting one. Dallas Goedert, more than 0.5 100 receiving yard games.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it could happen.
Looking slow.
It is looking slow, but I'd say the odds are in your favor for it to happen. I mean,
Yes. The one thing I will say this week, they play the Rams, who have allowed a lot of yards to tight ends. He's still the first read on 19% of snaps. So, and Nick Sirianni came out this week and said they gotta feed him the ball. So I think they're gonna look to feed him the ball this week, and I think if he gets it, I mean, I have high optimism, but it could be this week if he does get it. Could be. The Rams are like 22 against the pass or against the tight ends, so we'll see what he does this week. So far, he's done terrible and not even came close. We'll move on to my super goats right here. One, I'll start off with Ramondre. He's selling more than 6.5 rush TDs. That one, Zeke gets snaps. I think that one's gonna sell, but what do you think about the rest of these here?
I mean, Diggs
AJ
just
Brown's
crushed
at
it for
2,
you
by
this
the way.
week. Diggs is at
Diggs-
4.
Yep.
3 TDs this week. He's gonna crush that over 8.5. I think that hits. AJ Brown's at 2. You said.
AJ Brown is at
Why you're clicking off
2.
here? I'm trying to
Oh.
read it.
Yeah, he's at 2.
Garrett Wilson. That one worries me a little bit. No A-Rod. I mean, we'll see. Zach Wilson did look good this past week. So if they start to put together, the Wilson duo could tear up together maybe. Tony Pollard, I think, is okay. You're in a good spot for that. He's like right on pace. Ramondre, a little slow, but I do think he turns it around. Pats are struggling bad. They got to switch something up.
Yeah, that's the one I don't think. And then Garrett Wilson, too, is selling hard.
Then Amon-Ra,
Yes.
what are we looking at for that?
He's at 2. That
Okay.
one this past week.
So, yes,
on
that's
pace.
looking fine.
And then my last one here we got before we move on. Not a super goats, kind of super goats, but James Cook just got his first rushing TD. He needs more than 3.5. What do we think about that?
I
And
think that looks good. I just will say though, we do use Lat Murray. We do not use Cookie on the goal line really.
and the one he got was a scrappy 1 yard touchdown that he barely got it, and they had to go back and review and watch it five
Right.
times.
Right.
So we'll see how he does moving forward. And Daniel Jones, he's selling right now, and I kind of look like an idiot for even putting him in there. But I had belief in him. He just got paid $160 million total robbery too, by the way. Daniel Jones, you robbed the Giants. You better turn it around, or this is just highway robbery from you. What do we think about that one?
Yeah, Daniel Jones sucks, man. That's not hitting. That one's cake up the century. I'm sorry.
And then
The rest of it
Lamar's,
doesn't look bad, but I just will say Daniel Jones is that bad, so I think you might be caked.
and then Ridley's at 2. He needs more than 6. I think he gets that. He's at 2. McCaffrey, I believe, just got one, right? He's at 4, or did he have 3
McCaffrey's gonna
touchdowns?
smash that, so you're
Yeah,
fine.
he's gonna soar, I think. And what do we think about Rashad White?
Yeah,
Around
not bad.
200, needs more than 699.5.
Yeah, not bad. We'll see.
Yeah, see how they run the ball right now. Baker's been airing it out, but
Yeah.
that does it for these three. Keeping an eye on Goddard. Thielen's up in the air, and need Garrett Wilson to pick it up on Andre, and yeah, Lamar and Dimes is looking chalked. A couple are looking chalked, some are looking good, but there's an update how they're doing. We can come back down the road in the future. All right.
Took a shot.
So now,
Let's jump into the slate.
yeah, let me see what I had here for real quick. Fantasy, we hit that. Team review, we did that. Prize picks, hit that. What about want to do some hot takes at the end?
Yeah, we could do that, or
Over
we can
futures
maybe
and all
do
that
them
at the
too
end?
as the way
Yeah.
we're going through the games.
Yeah,
I feel like we
right,
get
right.
discussion going through the games.
And we already recapped NFL Week 4, kind of.
Yeah,
Talked about the Bills.
yeah.
Yeah, we can probably start to hit the slate now. Week 5 slate. Um,
Yeah, I'll kick us off in this game. I have a 5-star play here for tomorrow, and it's the Washington Commanders -6. If you are going to think that the Bears stand a chance in this game because they put up some points against Denver, you are mistaken. This Bears team is in shambles. They're about to fire their coach. They're going to move on from Justin Fields. And this is the week that it's all going to come crumbling down. They're going to get blown out on Thursday night by the Commanders, and then they're going to fire their coach. They've never fired their coach in franchise history. This will be the season they do it. And again, the players don't get up for him. There's, arguments going on between players and him. They're just all divided. The Bears will not show up Thursday night, and they're going to get demolished, and then their coach will be fired. Simple as that. So 5-star play. Give me Washington -6, and then give me the over as well. I will say, you want to throw a little prop in there too? Take DJ Moore's. This is kind of counter to what I said, but not really. Give me DJ Moore over 49.5 receiving yards.
yeah, I don't mind that take at all just because the Bears are that bad. But I will say, if I'm betting this game, I am going to be on the other side. I'm going to take the shitty 6 points with the shitty Bears. Um, Basically, because I saw a guy on Twitter pitch it. He said the Bears get their first win. He said they cover 6 points. I would ride them here. The Commanders, if you look, they've played tight games every game. They don't blow teams out. If they win, it's by barely squealing out a win. That's why I think Thursday night football, not as much time to prepare. You don't need to prepare for the Bears. You just throw Sam Howell out there to throw to his first read and throw it around, but against them. But Bears are in shambles. But I could see them staying within this number, and I also could see them getting blown out. I do bet the game though. I will be on. I'll probably have a play. It's gonna be the only NFL game on tomorrow. I'll probably be on the Bears +6, as gross as it is. And then if they're not dead to me right now, they will be after tomorrow night.
I
I'll be
also
ready
do
for
want to
that.
throw this out here about this game. I'm looking at a prop right now. A team that scored 3 unanswered times, yes and no. The yes is minus 200. I have a feeling it will not be the Bears who
Team
scored
to
three
score
unanswered
three
times.
unanswered times.
Yes. Minus 200 is the yes. What does that tell
Uh,
you? We'll leave it up in the air, but it will not be the Bears scoring 3 unanswered times. I'll tell
I
you
say
that.
that happens. I say that happens probably.
For what side? I mean,
Wait, just for this game?
yeah.
Oh no, I don't think that happens in this game.
So you would take the no at plus 165. I'm going to ride with the odds at yes minus 200. I'm not going to take that. I'm factoring
Yeah,
that in
and
my
I
pick as
agree. It
well.
won't be the Bears.
It will not be the Bears.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
just
I agree with
throwing it
that.
out
That
there.
is interesting, to say the least.
We do have a fake god Mike in here. He says DJ Moore under 49.5 in the Bears money line. Fading my pick. It's okay. That will punish you.
Yeah. Should we move on from this gross game?
Yep.
Go to the Jags, Buffalo.
Mm?
I would say game of the week, but there is one more game that does top this one on this slate. Let's talk about it. It's a big game. Jags at Buffalo. Jags are getting taken 5.5 points. The over under is 48. I'll start us off here. Um, I think it's a big letdown spot for Buffalo, guys. Think about it. The Jags coming off a win 23-7 at the Falcons. That game wasn't even the sweat. Their defense got a touchdown. They didn't even have to work for that win. They're already in London. They're just chilling in London, basically waiting, getting ready for the Bills. Hopefully they don't get too comfortable. Hopefully they're preparing well, but they're waiting around. Buffalo getting off this high horse, high win against the Dolphins, against everybody's #1 team coming into that week. Bills slaughter them, looking like the best team in the league. Well, I shouldn't even be saying this right now, but coming into this game, they gotta get on a flight, go to London, start preparing for an early game. Um, I will say this is a factor too. The Bills have to get ready for the time switch, adjust to that, get their schedule right for that. Different time zone. Jags will already kind of be warmed up to that and used to it. They've been living there the last week and a half. Yeah, I think the Jags will be ready for the Bills. They'll be prepared. I think they'll be a little more prepared than Buffalo is. And if I was gonna bet this game, which I'm not gonna bet against the Bills, so I won't, I would I would be taking the Jags plus 5.5 points. And I'd hate to say this, but I don't mind a money line sprinkle. Not saying the Bills lose this game. Saying odds wise, I would take the points, but not a bad option. If the Bills win, I think this is by 3 or 4. It's a gritty, tough game, and they squeak it out. But I mean, I will be on them for pick 'em as well. But yeah, I think the Jags can keep this close if they look anything like they did last week against an inferior opponent.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'll take this from here. I'm completely on the other side with this. I think the Bills win here right around 10 points. I have this line more valued at like 7 or 8. It's across the pond, so that gives you the swing down to -5.5. That being said, everyone's like, oh, the Jags are acclimated to London. They've been there for, it's going to be their second week there. I completely see that oppositely. They're ready to come home. They don't want to be in London anymore. It's their last day they're going to be there. They're ready to come home. This Jags offense have been struggling. They put up 9 points against the Chiefs. They 20-3 or whatever it was last week against the Falcons. And the one Bills' weakness is we are bad against the run. However, the Jags struggle to run the ball. ETN has not really been great this year. They haven't been running the ball. I think that's one of the only shots they have at beating us. So I love the Bills here. Like I said, Jags are ready to go home. They don't want to be in London anymore. They are ready to go home. I love the Bill spread here. A plus, another A plus pick of the week. Parlay with this and the Commanders, you'll be looking good. I love the Bills here, non-biased at all either. Just to make that clear.
We'll just say it is interesting. Bills open 4.5, quickly moved to 5.5, but that's because they just pounded the Dolphins and people are hammering them. See the splits on this game. They show up here.
84-16.
For
Public's
who?
all over the
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah. I mean, I would probably go contrary to that and fade the public in this spot, but I'm not going to. Obviously, as we're Bills fans over here. Go Bills. Is that all?
Yep.
If you want to unpack any more, it's gonna be a good game. It's one of the games of the week. Gear up, get your popcorn ready, get ready to get up at 9:30 a.m. and fire this game on.
I mean, I don't really have much. I just love the Bills here. It's a great spot.
Okay, fair. The way they've been looking, who wouldn't?
And again, that's not a fan perspective either. I'm completely non-biased with everything I say. Just want to make that clear.
Yep. All right, so we got the Giants plus 11 against the Dolphins. This is a get right spot for the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins minus 11. The Giants showed nothing last week. They scored 3 points and they had over a week and a half to prepare for the game. Giants suck. Danny Dimes sucks. He's selling the prize picks. They have no running game. Saquon Barkley immensely hurts them when he's out compared to when he's in. Rita's not getting it done. There's tiers and levels to this. Barkley's on a different level. Giants simply can't play without a running back. They paid the wrong guy money. They tagged Saquon, paid Danny Dimes. I think that was probably the wrong move. You probably pay Saquon more money, maybe not pay Dimes as much. Giants are better when they run the ball, clearly. Give me the Dolphins minus 11, a bounce back spot for them. I don't have much on this. The Giants suck. The bottom three in the league.
So, I don't have much on this game either. I don't think I'm going to lean aside. However, that Miami defense is atrocious. They're not good.
How can you not go Dolphins though? And after what you just saw with the Giants,
Well,
I don't get it.
Just,
Recency bias or what?
I mean, at some point the Giants maybe got to play well. Maybe cover
I
a
don't
double
think
digit
it's here
spread,
though.
but
After
I'm not.
the Bills go out and
I
pound
don't.
the Dolphins.
Right, I don't like a side in this.
Their Dolphins are ready.
If I had to
get some
pick a
revenge
side,
and
I like the Dolphins here. If I have to pick a side, but again, it's a double digit thing. That's hard to do in the NFL. It is hard to
Yeah.
double digit teams in the NFL.
True.
And the Giants have been horrible. Miami's coming off a loss. They're pissed off. They're probably gonna go put up points on the Giants. But their defense, I don't know, like a 35-21 game. Giants score, get a late cover at plus 11. 35-28 final score maybe. Giants get a late score to cover the game.
Yeah, backdoor cover. I will say on VSiN Live G Units podcast, he was talking about this game, and that's what they were talking about too. They don't like laying the double-digit spreads because, you have a team, they're up 14 at the half or whatever, right? And
They
actually,
slow
as
down
they
the pace. They don't
slow
try to
down,
score a lot.
and then at the end you get a backdoor touchdown by the worst team,
Right.
and they cover the spread. They lose by 7 instead of 14 or
Right.
so. That's 11. Now his angle, which I do agree with, and I just remember, his angle is actually coming down here to the where is it? Where can we go to halves? Right here.
You're playing the
Angle is
Dolphins
taken
first half.
First half minus 6.5.
I don't mind that.
They come out pounced in the first half by 7 to 14, and then it stops any backdoor cover at the end. I might go that angle instead.
I like that
You're
actually.
getting minus 6.5 instead of 7 too. I'll be on this play actually. I will be on this.
I will probably
It'll be my first half play of the year actually. So
mine too. I will tail
for
ball
it.
G Unit.
Yep, that was G Unit's angle on this, and the other guy he had on his podcast with him. But yeah, interesting game right there.
I'm actually gonna go lay that right now while I can get it at 6.5. I don't want that at 7, and I can't get it at 6.5 on my book unless so we'll see. I'll wait.
Get a DK.
I'll wait and play that later. But I love that play. Dolphins first half minus 6.5. Love it. Ooh, are you writing down best bets?
No, but I can.
Notes guy, numbers guy. Let's get that going. Well, actually, I will. I'll do it because you have the DK board up. Well, I guess your other screen, so it doesn't matter. But I'll go ahead and.
And the Diamondbacks just took the lead on the Brewers too.
Wow.
They're up 3-2. So I'm gonna go my way here.
Just adding Bills minus 5.5 to my best bets as well as the Commanders minus 6.5. Okay. Next game, what do we got?
We have Panthers at Detroit.
Blah, another double-digit spread. Gross. Okay. Let me get that out of my system. Give me Detroit. What is it at right now? It's minus 10. Yeah.
Yes.
Ugh. God. Opened up at 8.5.
Gross, dude. I'm off this game. I'll be honest. I'm off.
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I just have them to crush Carolina and the rookie. The rookie sucks. He will not score points.
I agree.
He just stinks. He's gonna get picked off. I love him to throw a pick, and I like the Lions to pounce and cover. Gonna keep it short and sweet for this one. Don't have much on it. Probably won't touch it.
I mean, at first I was thinking 10 because it's an NFL game. Panthers plus 10, but they're dead to me already. So I would go the Lions minus 10. I don't have much either. I'm gonna stay off this one. I'm not betting it.
One just thing, we have Reegs in the chat asking about the fantasy season so far. So right now I am 3-1 in 2 leagues. I am 3-1 in 2 leagues, and then I believe I am 1-3 in one other league. So my 2 teams are looking good right now. My one team in my one very competitive league is not doing super great right now, but we're looking to bounce back. I have Eckler, who's been hurt for a few weeks, so that's been really been hurting my performance.
Interesting. I'm 2-2 in the league, 3-1 in both of my others. My other leagues are crushing it. Yeah, I've just actually put up 176 points, and my opponent put up 66. I beat him by 110 points. And yeah, 3-1 in that league. I got Reed this week, looking to put a whooping on him. And yeah. Then I'm playing a 3-1 opponent in my other league. So battle of 3-1s. I'm looking to get a win there. And I'm 2-2, coming off a loss to Reeks in our league we have together. So I need to bounce back. I should have started Christian Watson. That was a 6-point swing, but I think he got enough from a terrible Waller to edge it out anyways, even if I did start Watson. But yeah, that's that. Is pounding
looking
away.
good. Yeah,
He's
they're
looking
3-1 right now. Looking great. So, I mean, good job with that. You're looking great, but I'm coming, man. I get Eckler coming back next week. Maybe right back in the mix, baby. I haven't struggled in Soto Sunday in a little while, but I am struggling right now, sitting in 10th
Here's
place.
the live standings I just pulled up. I'm sitting in 6th place. We'll take that.
Look at that! Look at the points for Jahardy, man. I mean,
yeah, Pro Bowlers 4-0. They're looking dominant right now. Those two ahead of the pack.
We are a little
Hamilton,
blurry right
though,
now. We're sorry about that.
He just got his first win, and he is 1-3.
His team's been scoring.
He has the 3rd most points in the league. The 3rd most. And then Nick, 4th most, and he's an 8th. So it's pretty competitive.
Besides Ballers, who
Nick
is
has 620 against him, and Hamilton has 546. They've just been on the wrong end of opponents this year, even when their team does well. What's that?
Oh, you just said Ballers is struggling, and yeah, Ballers isn't great.
Yeah, Ballers is bottom of the barrel. He's got to fix his team, unfortunately. But yeah, should we get back to the slate?
Yeah, we could. Yep, we'll get back to it.
We'll go big game right here. We'll get into it. Ravens -4 at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh getting 4 points at home off of that bad loss to the Texans, 30-6. The Texans were at home, or was Pitt?
Pitt was at home, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so too. That was disgusting. Why in the hell are they +4 here? Explain to me that. First off.
What is? I'm sorry.
Why aren't they +7?
Who?
Pittsburgh +4 against the Ravens? Why are they only +4 at home after just getting pounded 30-6 to the Texans? The Texans were at home, by the way, which explains it a little bit.
It's one thing that's super simple to me. They're at home in a division game against a Ravens team who struggles to score the ball.
Fair.
Yeah.
There.
Um, I will say I do lean the Ravens here. Opened up at 3.5. I love the under. I love the under. Both teams are not good at scoring. I love the under here. But historical historically speaking, I mean Steelers versus the Ravens, it's the Steelers game at home. But I don't think we could ignore how bad the Steelers offense has been. I think Lamar and the Ravens will do enough. They should be coming back healthy. OBJ is coming back. They shouldn't have a lot of guys injured. Um, so if they're right around full strength, I think they're gonna kill a Steelers team who's also banged up themselves. I mean, Kenny Pickett's a little banged up. Pat Fryermuth is not gonna play. So I mean, Steelers are missing some questionable guys. I do like the Ravens here, even at -4. I love the under though. I like the under. Under's great play. I think.
Yeah, it's fair. This opened at 3, since got to 4.5, and then it's on its way back down to at 4.
Wow, Reed just said
Um,
Pickett is out. Not sure if that's fully confirmed, but
oh no shit. Oh, that would change my teaser. That would change my bet of the week this week. How are they only plus? Well, I mean, that's true. We have to probably jump on the Ravens.
yeah. Mike says Ravens put up 28 against the Cleveland D, but Cleveland's QB threw 3 interceptions. So Ravens were obviously getting great field position, extra possessions because of the turnovers. I don't credit the Ravens offense there, but still, yeah. But I do like the Ravens here. Yeah, trap game though, right? Trap game. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if Pickett plays though, I'm going Pittsburgh. I talked about this earlier. I said one of the teams I ride, uh, looking to maybe fade this week. If Pittsburgh plays, or if Pickett plays in this game, I will be on Pittsburgh. This will be my teaser piece along with one other, and I will smack this for a lot of units. I'm taking the +4 though with Pickett 100%,
I am
and
not.
I will take this to 10 as my teaser piece.
Yep. I am not trying to call you out, but you are 1 and 2 in teasers. You missed last week. Mine hit. Just throw that up in the air.
I think I hit mine. I actually hit one. No, I hit mine last week.
No,
2-2. Yeah, I
you
hit
had the
Texans.
Thursday night one,
No, I didn't have that one actually. I forgot to get that in.
but that was yours,
Full
wasn't it though? That came
transparency.
from you.
That was both of us
Okay.
kind of talking about
Okay.
it. It wasn't.
All
No,
right.
mine was
But we took two
Texans.
separate ones then, so we both hit then. My bad, I was wrong.
Yes,
We both okay.
Texans. But you took that Packers one
Yes, I
too,
did
right?
take the
Yeah,
one that
I
we
was
whipped
gonna.
up
I just
Thursday.
literally forgot. But um, yeah, Texans I had in Bucks. It was a free winner, free sweat. Texans
Yes.
130-6. Bucks won the game
Okay.
outright too.
Gotcha.
Uh, I was getting points, so this will be a teaser piece +10. And the next game we go into, I'll start us off. It's one of my favorite games of the week. This team has been trendy and one of my favorite games of the bets of the week every week so far. But it's the Texans +2 against the Falcons. I think they win this game outright. I love how Stroud's looking. I really am getting on this team's bandwagon right now, and I don't jump on rookie QBs a lot. But this is my teaser. I will take the Texans +8 with the Steelers +10, and I will look to cash. I will also be on the Texans +2 in this spot. Maybe just take the money line. I think they win outright. Ritter just is not it. Falcons are slowing back down, coming back down to earth. They're both teams are 2-2. I think it's a big spot for Houston to get another win and continue their little hot streak. I think they get a big win on the road, beat up on the Falcons a little bit. I would not be surprised if they won this game by 7+. And should I talk about my future now, Audio? Or should we wait
Yes,
till
go
the end?
ahead. Talk about your future.
So I have a little future here, guys. On the Texans, we're gonna go to it. Here we go here. NFL, gotta be futures. Not Super Bowl. We're gonna go over to a division winner. We're gonna scroll down to that AFC South, and we can get Texans here at +475 at the worst odds in this division to win the division. The Jags are 2-2, the Colts are 2-2, and the Titans are 2-2, and the Texans are 2-2. I think this is a great price on Houston right now. I'm selling this pick right now. I'm gonna put 50 on this for full transparency. Wins like 200 or so. I don't know. Let's say wins 237. If you guys want to ride, go ahead. Texans to win the division. The only reason why I think they might not is because they have a rookie QB, but this rookie QB has shown some upside to be very, very good. DJ Stroud's looking amazing. I love their receivers, Nico Collins. Um, Robert Woods is all right. Tank Dell's looking good. I like Damian Pierce. I don't mind the defense. And I think this is just a scrappy division where really it's for anyone's taking. Why not go with the Texans at 2-2 and all the teams are 2-2 and what people thought the Jags were going to be just killing teams and one of the best teams in the league have not looked that way. They haven't been very good. And if they have to play the Bills, yeah, I said my piece on the Jags earlier why I would take them. But if the Bills beat them, they're 2-3. I think the Texans win. They're 3-2 moving on, and then they're leading that division. And the Tennessee and Colts play this week too, so one of them's got to lose. They could be tied for the division leader after this week. I'm gonna get on it this week. I'm gonna ride this out for the season. If this future hits, I will be buying a CJ Stroud jersey. Um, yeah, I just want to make that clear on the podcast right now. I will buy a CJ Stroud jersey. Texans. I'll get the nice red ones that they wore last week. If this future cashes, plus 475, get it now. I think it's gonna drop for sure. Make the playoffs, you can get plus 200. So I stayed off that. I'm taking them to win the division. I think they make the playoffs. They gotta at least get top two in the division to do that. They probably have to win the division to do that. So I'm gonna take them at plus 475. I'm gonna put 50 on it. We'll see what happens. Go
Yeah.
Texans.
I like that. Usual me, how I started this year, I'd be making a hero play on the Falcons. I look at this line, I'm confused by it. I will not do that. I am simply taking the better team here to win. Falcons, Ritter's starting to get some criticism. He cannot throw the ball. Their defense is okay, but the Texans right now are spunky. Shout out Rico Bosco. I like the Texans. I can't even talk. I like the Texans here to win at +2. Give me like so weird. Even a teaser piece, getting them at +8. I love them here.
Absolutely. And the Texans have been pretty air. Actually, we did miss one. I gave that one out, I'll admit. But they've been air other than that for the teasers when they're getting a lot of points.
Yes.
The one they missed was the Colts one. I think you were on the Colts that day. I was on the wrong side of that, I'll be honest. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just have the Houston Texans here +2. I don't have much on the game. Doesn't really interest me a lot. Atlanta stinks. By the way, we will be watching all these games live from the Soto Sportsbook. Maybe we'll maybe get some live streams going while watching the games at some point. But yeah, we'll be live watching the games. Not live, but we'll be watching them at the Sportsbook. Give me the Texans.
There, and it's looking like it was always Arizona. They're up 5-2. The sixth
Yep,
inning, a
I
little
was gonna
playoff
tell you that.
baseball we've been watching and covering a bit. I should have rolled my guy Zach Allen. Zach Gallen, who I have a card of.
Yeah, I will say yesterday you did hit a 10-1 parlay.
20-1.
Yes, 20-1. Yes, my fault. 20-1 parlay.
Yep.
Great hit, by the way.
Yep. Phillies, every game of the wild card. Phillies, Diamondbacks as underdogs. Rangers as underdogs, and the Twins as favorites.
And I will tell everyone, go follow our Twitter. I'll plug it on the screen at Licks and Locks. We post most of all our picks there. By the way, that parlay was not posted there, so sorry about that, guys. But we're getting all our posts there. Click on that logo, by the way. Can we just get a look at that logo? At Licks and Locks, got the tongue out with a lock door, with some locks on it. Shout out our graphic designer, Josh Hart. But, yeah. All right, let's get back to the slate. Next game.
All right. Go follow.
We spent a lot of time on that Texans game.
Yeah, Reegs just said best game of the week, Jets Broncos. I may skip over that game. What do you think? We'll talk about it just because we hit them all.
No, or well, I'll just keep it.
I don't want
I'm
any part in this
I'm gonna
game.
keep it short and sweet. Give me the Jets plus two and a
Actually,
half. Their defense is gonna keep them in this game. Zach Wilson got going against the Broncos. I also say there's some bad blood going on here. You have
yeah,
Jets offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett, who just came from Denver, right? He was Denver head coach. Remember in the beginning of the year, Hackett said something about the Broncos that Sean Payton didn't like. It was this whole drama thing in the beginning of the year. Give me the Jets here plus two and a half. But most importantly, give me the under. Adding it to my best bets under 43. This Jets defense has been pretty solid. Um, they didn't get off the field on the last drive. Officials helped them out there with that holding call with the Chiefs. Chiefs get all the calls. I don't really see Denver lighting them up, and I think Zach Wilson is improved, but I don't think he's improved enough to put up a lot of points. So give me the under 43 here
and you're riding with the Jets though.
in
It's
the
one
Jets.
and a half, by the
Yes.
way. It's plus one and a half
Okay.
now.
Yes. Give me the Jets. Hero play.
Okay, I agree with you 100%. Zach Wilson, he went toe to toe with Mahomes. Ever think I would say that? I hate Zach Wilson. He's horrible. I don't expect him to be the same as that game he played moving forward for the rest of the year. But against the Broncos, the one game I could see it, I'm even lower on the Broncos. I think the Jets are better even with Zach Wilson than Russell Wilson is with the Broncos. Russell Wilson's the better quarterback, don't get me wrong, but team wise, I think the Jets have the better team around him, around Wilson, around Zach Wilson to get it done. The battle of the Wilsons, the shitty Wilsons. There's even Garrett too, but I'm going Jets plus one and a half. Probably take the money line now at a better price. No point in taking one and a half. Yeah, I'll take the money line. Dabble with the Jets this week. I hate the Broncos. They're dead to me, and I will not bet them anymore. And so yeah, I'll be on the Jets here. Uh, that covers that game. Let's get to Saints Patriots. Another 1 point spread. These are some weird games coming up. Saints are getting 1 point going to New England. Let's talk about New England a little bit. J.C. Jackson just came back to New England from the Chargers. Got traded back. What do we think about that? How do you think he's going to be for New England?
I think he's gonna play well with them. We've seen him play well there before. However, is he ready to come in and guard number ones right away? He's not played this year really. He's barely played or has not played at all. Christian Gonzalez, silent assassin, really great corner, one of the best corners in the league. Um, hurt Matt Judon hurt, really gonna hurt that Pats defense. But I do think J.C. Jackson's gonna come in. He's gonna be a little rusty. However, good little comeback game. Will he play this week? Like, do we know?
Um, JC, I don't know. I'm not sure. I would assume so since he kind of already knows the defense, the defensive scheme. Um, do they do defensive props on it? They probably do, right? I don't ever look at.
I don't know. But anyway, I don't really have a pick for this game.
Yeah, they do that. Okay.
The Pats are struggling though. We're gonna talk about the Pats. They're struggling. They're bad. I think it is pretty evident that I don't know if Mac Jones is gonna get there. His throwing mechanics are way off. If you watch him throw the ball, he does his three-step drop in the pocket, and then he's taking these mini hops. He hops like these mini hops. He does not get his legs under him to throw a ball. That's why his balls are wobbly. He can't throw a good football. He's not a QB. He needs to strengthen his lower body. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to be an NFL QB. Um, like I said,
Mac Jones.
he bounces around in the three step drop instead of planting and firing. He's like bouncing a little bit. That is why he's inaccurate. He could get away with that at college with Alabama and a good team, but you cannot get away with that in the NFL. He sucks. So that being said, give me the Saints. Mac Jones stinks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you here, Eladio. And by the way, I don't see J.C. Jackson's name in any of these props for tackles and anything, so I don't think he's gonna play. It doesn't matter if he plays or not. The only angle I would take is maybe a weird over point 0.5 interceptions on prize picks or something, or if it comes up here. If he does play, I don't know. I have a weird feeling. Probably doesn't even get one. But moving on from that, I agree with you. I would take the Saints at +1. The Patriots are just bad. They seem a little bit like they're in shambles. They just lost Christian Gonzalez for the year. They had to go out and get a cornerback, and I'll give Bill credit for doing that because that's something the Bills have to do with losing Trey White, which we didn't talk about. The Bills, I think, should go get a cornerback, and I do want to talk about that real quick,
Yeah,
maybe at
me
the end.
too. Well, we talked about
For
it. Patrick Surtain.
okay.
Simple. One answer.
Yeah, I want to get Patrick Surtain into Buffalo. Um, Type in the comments what you guys think about that before we get back to this game. I think we go.
And do we need a cornerback? Do you guys think we need to get a cornerback?
Yeah,
So that's part of it too. I agree. We're gonna need a number one guy for the postseason, and we need a number one guy going forward. Trey White, I'm wearing his jersey. Shout out Trey White, poor guy, but he cannot be a number one after this torn Achilles. Torn Achilles coming off a
yeah.
torn ACL going forward. He cannot be your number one guy. He even looked a step slower so far this year. Got a pick against Commanders looking like he was back, but he did look a little slower. Imagine how much slower he's going to be coming back. We need a true number
Yeah.
one corner.
Yeah, I agree. And
Sit.
one thing, we do have Von Miller coming back. He's starting to practice. I don't think he'll play this week. Maybe he'll play in a week or two, but he is coming back. Hopefully, he's healthy and can help us out and give us a boost there on defense. But my ideal trade package for 24-year-old Patrick Surtain from the Broncos at cornerback would be getting rid of Elam, who we already don't trust, by starting sixth round pick over our first round pick at cornerback. Christian Benford over him. So the Bills already show they don't trust him. Now they kind of, this week at least, they have to slot him in there at cornerback because Trey went down. My ideal trade package would be trading away Elam, next year's first round pick, and maybe a third and fourth next year in a few years. With that, give them three of those. So a third round pick, I would say, a first round pick next year in Elam, or Patrick Surtain, the 24-year-old phenom. Wouldn't call him a phenom, but a top 10, top 5, whatever you want to call him, cornerback in the league. And I think we can make that deal work somehow, some way. Doesn't have to be exactly that, but that's just what I would do. Um, yeah. So Saints, we agreed on Saints. We're taking the Saints. Patriots are in shambles. Let's move on from this one. Next game is Titans -1.5 at Indy. This game opened before you can talk about it, audio. The game opened at Indy -1. So do what you wish with that.
Yeah, I am a big AR-15 guy, but I'm gonna take the Texans plus 1.5 here. I
They
don't have
opened
super
1.5. Sorry.
big analysis on this. I do think it's gonna be a sloppy and gross game. I like the under 42.5. Um, scares me to bet on Tennessee though. It does, but I'm gonna do it. I mean, they just beat up the Bengals, and they showed when they get to their bread and butter, Derrick Henry running the ball that they do well. So I am going to ride with the Texans here. Or Texans, Titans. I'm sorry, Titans.
Fair. I'm also gonna roll with the Titans in this one. I like the line flip from Indy -1.5 to +1.5 at home. That's an interesting line flip. If you have the splits, let me know that percentage. I can't find it, but I'm taking Tennessee. They either show up or they don't. They'll show up a week and then they'll lay a dud the next week, and then they'll crush a team. They'll lay a dud the next week. The pattern right now would be another dud from Tennessee, but I think they're going to get right here. I think they win this close divisional game against a rookie quarterback. I think Derrick Henry runs it down the Colts' throat. He has another touchdown in this game like he did last week. I think Tennessee edges this one out by 3. It might even come down to a game-winning kick. And if you want a prop in this game that could be interesting, um, maybe take this game to go to overtime. Probably get great odds on it. I don't mind an overtime divisional finish in this one with a game-winning
That's
kick.
sneaky. That is sneaky.
Sneaky. It is sneaky. I want to see the odds if I can find them really quick. In game props, overtime is plus 1100. I'll sprinkle on it. I do think the Titans win though, so if they win this in regulation, I'm not surprised at all. Um, but that's just a sneaky prop that I would go in this close divisional matchup right here. I'm taking the Titans -1.5 though. One of my better bets of the week. We got another one right here. We're going Philly -4.5 at the Rams. I'll go first. I'm going Philly with the points. I would normally go the Rams in this spot. They're getting Cooper Kupp back. They're at home. I like what I've seen out of them, but I just think this line's too short. I think Philly gets going against the Rams. Bad pass defense. They're bad against tight ends. Like I said, this is a Goddard game. Also, I will be on Goddard, whatever it is. I'll be on his over receiving yards. I don't even care what it is. So, yeah, I will be on that. I'll let you know what it is when I find it. You can go ahead, Claudio.
Um, this game's interesting to me, to be honest. Eagles coming off like a tight game against the Commanders. They didn't really impress me. I thought Eagles would play a lot better. Um, However, I will be taking them -4. I think this line is at -4 because of that they didn't play well last year. I think this Eagles team is still a juggernaut. They haven't been playing their best football though through 4 weeks. Would you agree that like they are 4-0, but I don't think they've been playing
Yeah,
great
I agree
football.
100%. They haven't impressed me. Why they're not? They're a 4-0 team and they're not
However,
top three in
yep.
my power rankings.
However, Philly's run game has been the best in the league. I'd say stat wise, I believe they're maybe one or two. The Rams are 28th in defense against the rush. So I think the Eagles control the game with the rushing attack. They have the ball a lot. I look for the Eagles to take care of business on the road. Give me the Eagles -4. I'm gonna throw that in my best bets as well.
Okay, cool. We align on this one. Let's move. We got Cincinnati at Arizona.
I
This is
don't
a
even.
weird
I'm not
line.
even talking about this game. To be honest with you.
I will.
You
I
go
have a
ahead.
play in this game, and it could have been a teaser piece, but I will not do it just because. Um, Arizona getting 3 points. It's a sketchy line, but this Arizona team is spunky. Shout out to Rico, like you said earlier. This Arizona team's good. They play teams tough. They're playing tough, gritty football. I mean, they've proved to me that they are not a bottom five team in the league. I think they're a little better than a bottom five team. Joshua Dobbs has
By the
impressed
way,
me. I
Dobbs
thought
is
he
yet to throw an
sucked coming into
interception
the
this
year.
year. He's
Yet to
yet to
there
throw
you
a pick.
go. Yet to throw a pick. He's impressed me this year. I can't believe it. I'm on Mars with that. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's looking good. I like what I'm seeing out of him a lot. I'm willing to back the Cardinals +3 here. I'm willing to back them on the money line here. I think they win this game against a hobbled Burrow, who's a statue in the pocket, can't move. He's getting sacked every play. That O line stinks. I think I think the Zach Taylor needs to bench Burrow. Uh, they need to go with that Josh Browning kid, whatever his name is, who's he just had a terrible draft grade, but I don't even know if he got drafted, but his draft grade was horrible. Um, yeah, I think they need to start him even over Burrow. Burrow's just hobbled and can't play. I'm taking the Cardinals +3. It would be a hammer play, but it's the Cardinals, so I'll play my units with this, and I'll probably add the money line. That might be my dog of the week, actually. Actually, no, it's the Texans, but one of my dogs of the week. I like the Cardinals here, getting the 3 points.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that. I do like the Cardinals as well. I said I was going to talk about the game, but you made me think of a point that I was telling our good buddy Zach, who's a Bengals fan. It is time to rest Joe Burrow. He should not be out there. He's clearly injured, and I think this is the game that is going to show that they're going to get beat by not a good Cardinals team. They're not bad. They're spunky, but they're not good either. If you told me in the beginning of the year that the Bengals would be -3 to the Cardinals, I'd be all over the Bengals. But I think this is the game where where like it's really like okay, we got to bench Burrow. He's hurt and should not be out there. So give me the Cardinals. That's all I got on that. Jacksonville State down 10, but
Yep.
let's keep moving on.
um, yeah. So Oh yeah. Also, I will have cut the Cardinals and pick them. Not a bad little parlay I have going here on the right. I don't know if this will be it, but anyways, Chiefs, Minnesota. Another weird line. This week is weird, guys. Watch out. There could be some real dogs barking. Watch out. KC minus 4.5 at the Vikings. I really want no part of this game. I want to say KC, but the line is too short. It's starting to freak me out. Vikings I could see covering, and I think the Vikings are sharp due to the line. And just because of that, I don't love what I've seen out of them. They just beat the Panthers, so I don't think that has anything to do with this line. This line's just weird to me. Maybe the Chiefs coming off of a barely beating the Jets and a bad win is why this line is like this, but it's weird to me. I think the sharp side is probably the Vikings, but I'm gonna stay off this game.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs here -5. I think that Taylor Swift is not traveling to this game, so I think it will be less of a distraction. However, I do want to shout out Travis Kelsey for putting Taylor Swift on the map. Really nice of him, giving her like fame and stuff like that. I think that getting a little off topic here, but some could argue that Travis Kelsey made Taylor Swift's career. But going back into the game, I like Kansas City -5 here. Mahomes is a road warrior. They're 12-6 against the spread, like their last whatever. Just give me the Chiefs here to be a bad Vikings team. Vikings stink. They're bad. They have issues.
Yeah, that's fair. I think.
I got the projected line at 11, by the way, double digits. So I love the value I'm getting
Four and a
here.
half doesn't scare you.
No, I love the value I'm getting on 4.5.
All right, that's fair. Um, Now we have
San Fran,
yeah, we're on to the night game. Game of the week, guys.
game of the
Game
week.
of the week. Let's keep the energy up for these last two games and power through. Game of the week. Dallas plus 3.5 at Niners. I haven't fully made up my mind on this one. I guess I'll let you go first and then I'll jump in.
Yeah, so like I do not really like the Niners yet. I think they have yet to play anybody good. Dallas is good. Um I mean, this was the notorious like slide game from last year, correct? Dak Prescott slid down. They couldn't
Yes.
kick the late field goal in the playoffs.
Yes, the Niners has owned them in the playoffs. They've knocked them out the
Right.
last 2 years. Knocked
Right.
out Dallas.
So
They own Dallas right now.
this game is so tough to decide. We're looking at 3.5, correct?
Yes.
I'm probably gonna take the hook with Dallas. I don't love the play. I do love Micah Parsons though, and I don't think Purdy is that good of a QB. I honestly have him below 20. Like I have the top 20. Brock Purdy I think is a little bit below there. So I will be riding with Dak Prescott. However, I think that the rest of the San Francisco offense is more talented than Dallas. So maybe if McCaffrey gets going, maybe it could get a little out of hand. But I'm going to ride with Dallas here on Sunday night.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, 3.5 point spread with these two teams who look two of the league's best. I don't mind that at all. I'm gonna lean Niners. A lot of people I've seen on Twitter all over Dallas. I'm gonna lean Niners barely, just because of the fact that they have owned the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs the last 2 years. They absolutely own them at home right now. They own them regardless, at home, wherever. I don't love this play either. And I probably should be on Dallas. I may flip come Sunday night. I'll see what other people are rocking with, maybe. But for now, I'm gonna say Niners minus 3.5. I don't have a pick 'em pick in this game yet, but I will shortly. I'm gonna say Niners minus 3.5 for now. Gonna be a great game though. Game of the week for sure. Can't wait to watch it.
I agree. Great game.
Finally, a good prime time game. There's been some bad prime time games. this season so far. Finally, we get a good one. I'm glad about that. So come Sunday night. Let us know your guys' thoughts on
How
this game.
bad prime? I mean, Sunday night games have always been bangers.
Sunday night?
Yes, we've
Yeah,
been
they're not
sitting down
bad.
multiple times saying that it was a banger games. So
Yeah, it's fair. Um, but yeah, so game of the week. Comment who you guys like. Don't mind either side. Dallas is probably the better side in this one, honestly. But for now, I'm gonna say the Niners. Now let's get on to the Monday night primetime game. Maybe you'll change your thoughts on Monday night's primetime games as we have the Green Bay Packers -1 going into the Las Vegas Raiders. After last week's parlay miss, I went 5-1 in that parlay. I don't want anything to do with the Raiders right now with O'Connell at quarterback. I don't know if Jimmy G's back. I don't care. I favor Jordan Love over this team anyways this week. I'm going to go GB on the road. Bounce back after a rough performance against the Lions. I'll give them another chance here. Give me Green Bay on the money line. I just think they're the better team overall. I think this line is too short.
yeah, I like Green Bay here too. This Raiders team just struggles. Um, Jimmy G's questionable to play. I think by Monday they do get him through concussion protocol. We'll see. I think the line also has Jimmy G playing. It's -1. I think if he was not playing, that it would be different. Packers have been playing good on the road this year. They're 2-0 so far. Just give me the Packers and a gross, just bad Monday night game though that just not really a good game that excites me whatsoever. But wow, and Middle Tennessee scores again.
Rough day to say the least. I mean, the Brewers are losing. I should have just rode with Zach Gallen. They're down 5-2. The squad ride I rode, it's looking like it's going to miss. It's a tough day. Need this under to get through it somehow, some way. Not a bad many plays. All good. All right. So parlay though, I am gonna go with another parlay. I will hit one this year. I'm gonna go with another 6-teamer. I need another Lego audio. Right now I have the Texans +2, Steelers +4, Tennessee -1.5, Philly -4.5, and the Cardinals +3. Best bets.
I
I'm
think
thinking
you
of either.
ride with the Commanders or the Bills.
Well, I was gonna just say I'm either going Bears, not going Bills,
Or the Jets under.
or the Dolphins -6.5 first half.
I
In
think
it.
you do that. That's sharp.
Okay, I'll go with that. I'm down with that parlay piece.
I'll probably end up just riding that parlay just because um I would like to give out my lock teaser that I don't have yet in my head.
Yeah, and I'll give mine out just in a minute. Sure of this parlay because I do like this parlay.
I think my lock teaser is going to be Texans +8 and
Steelers +10 with Pickett. Why not?
I'm going to go with the Eagles to win.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure.
So my lock teaser 6.5 is Houston Houston +8.5, Eagles +2. Put 2.5 units on that. Just lock that in. That will be my lock teaser. 2-1 so far, right? Third week, 2-2, 2-2. I think. We'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm 2-2 on mine.
So yeah.
Or ours though together, or are we going separate again? I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 2-2.
I believe I'm 2-2 as well.
But Houston +8, Steelers +10. I might hammer this. We'll see how the weekend goes. Yeah, that's my teaser. My lock teaser of the week. I'll say it again. Texans +8. I think they went outright. Steelers +10. I don't know if they went outright. This will change if Pickett plays, barring his status, obviously. If he does not play, I will not. This will not be a teaser piece. If he does play, it will be. Should we do top 5 and get out of here? End this
Let's
off?
do it.
All right. I already have mine saved in my phone, so I'll roll through this real quick. Week 5 power rankings, I have the Niners coming in at 1 just because they're undefeated. I do believe the Bills played them right now, though. I don't know. I think we would win, but it's close. I'll go Niners because they're undefeated at 1. Bills at 2, the clear-cut 2, if not 1, best team in the league. They're better than the Eagles. I have the Eagles at 3, even though they're undefeated. Dolphins, I moved from 1 to 4. I think I had them at 1 or 2 last week. I dropped them down to 4. And at 5, I go Dallas Cowboys. I have the number 5 team playing the number 1 team. Going to be a banger game of the week. Honorable mention Chiefs at 6 after that rough loss, or after that rough win. But yeah, that's my top 5.
Okay. I don't know how Middle Tennessee keeps getting the ball back. Every time I look, they have the ball. They score. I look back, they have the
I think
ball.
we're going to have to mark that one off as dead.
Yes. However, okay. Coming in at my top 5, Bills, number 1, clear and obvious, best team in the league. I don't think that should be in debate whatsoever. At number 2, I have the Chiefs. I find it highly disrespectful. You put them at 6. You put the Chiefs in a playoff game against any team in the NFL, they most likely win. Number 3, give me the Cowboys. Great defense, mid offense, but really good team. At number 4, I have the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not super sold on this team's offense. However, their defense is playing really well, and they do find ways to win games. And at number 5, give me the Detroit Lions. They are dogs. Their coach said today, if anybody is hunting us, we will show up at your front doorstep on your porch waiting for you. This team is dogs. They're built for this. They are in the top 5. So, rifle them off quick. I got the Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, Ravens, Lions. It's my top 5 teams right now in the NFL.
Bills, Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Lions.
Yep.
All right, that's fair. Where's the Niners?
They have. You want to know where the Niners are?
Where's the Eagles?
And they're not in there yet.
4-0
Eagles could be in it.
teams.
Yeah. But again, this is why the Niners.
But it is power ranking, so
name
head.
Name one good win here. Steelers, Rams, Giants, Cardinals. Those who are the Niners have beat. Name one good win right there.
But it's not really a big win. Rams, though, I do think
The 1-3 Rams, a great win.
2-2.
2-2, okay. 2-2
Yeah,
Rams.
it's not a great win. No, I agree. They have not played anybody, and they get a first real test, and I might flip my pick to Dallas.
Name.
But I took one last thing on that game. I took Dallas +3.5 in the playoffs, +4 last week. It was last year. In the playoffs, it was my best play of the week, and they got demolished.
Yeah, give me. There's one good win as well on the Eagles' schedule. They beat the Pats, the Vikings, the Buccaneers, the Commanders. The Buccaneers were a good win.
Yeah, and the Eagles aren't impressing me either.
The Eagles barely survived the Commanders in OT. Did we see what the Bills did to that team? They dismantled the Commanders. So again,
Yeah.
I don't think the Eagles or the 49ers have played anybody. That is my reasoning not having them in the top 5.
All right, fair enough.
I think that probably wraps us up for today.
Yeah.
Good podcast. We're going 4 weeks strong, baby. We're not going to miss a week this year. We will be posting TikToks, and we post on our Twitter all the time. Follow both at Licks and Locks. I'll plug it. Those are both the Twitter and the TikTok, where you can find a lot of our picks and special exclusive content there. That being said, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.